Hey everybody, how's it? Welcome to the Avocado Show here on Twitch. We're live on Twitch right now. You're seeing this on YouTube. You're too late, but that's okay. We're glad that you're here hanging out on YouTube with our usual suspects. All of our lurkers in the background too occasionally chime in. Today is Dono Makeup Day only. This is a leftover from yesterday. I'd had so many that I did yesterday. I've got at least 12 of them here that I'm going to make up. And then I'll do a couple of wheelie cheesy for the folks that are hanging out and lurking in the background. If you do want to join us live here on Twitch, the links for that's all down below. Thank you guys all so much for your support and everything. That is fantabulous. Every now and then I even get a video on the Avocado Show that blows up because there's some very, very interesting music on there, and that's what I love about our stream here. Yes, our stream. This is nothing without you guys, really. Okay, so I have a very minimal Temptation Island going on here with a glass of water. We're going to get right to it. Today we are actually celebrating one of our super fun, usual suspect profile people, Lisa Wolf. It is her birthday today. And we already sang a little happy birthday. As a matter of fact, I brought out Wyatt, my my baby raptor. Well, he's really just a Madagascar lizard, but you know, he can be anything he wants at that age, so he thinks he's a baby raptor. And we sang happy birthday to Lisa. But we're going to start with her track. As a continue of her happy birthday celebration. So let's do this. Lisa wants us to check out from the Vandals. All right, we're getting right into it. We're going to vandalize our birthdays. Okay, so the Vandals is the band. The name of the track is My Special Moment. And here's a quick message she left for us. The Vandals are one of the foundational punk bands starting in the early 80s. They, along with the Descendants, are credited for creating the pop-punk sound that later became bands like Green Day, Blink-182, etc., would popularize later in the 90s. Personally, I have a history with the Vandals, as I can very much credit them for helping me get my first job within the music industry. Well, that's very cool. That'd be very interesting to have. I don't know, Lisa, maybe you and we ought to do like a side-by-side talk story podcast thing. I think it'd be really fun, you know? Within the music industry, based on good work from Chris and frontman of the Ataris, who were signed to the Vandals' own record company, Kung Fu Records. I'll always love the Vandals and owe a lot to them. All right, then. We're starting off our stream with something very near and dear to Lisa Wolf's heart for your birthday. And so here we go, guys. This is the Vandals. All right.
This is my special moment. Don't question me or disagree. I know that I have earned this. Damn it, I deserve.
Oh my God, you're right. What a
It's
powerful,
my
influential
special time. And I'll seize this opportunity. Show them what it means to me to be king shit just for a minute, then just disappear. And with passion and no talent, self-righteously and gallantly, I'll step away and everyone will know it. This is my special moment.
Is that a little bit of synth work in the back there, like a Moog, or is that something they...
My city life has led me to this perfect minute. Remember how I did this, taking care of business for once. They'll see me get it right, kicking, screaming, fighting for my life. I have decided it is time. This is
So musical.
special moment. Don't question me or disagree. I know that I have earned this. Damn it, I deserve this. Do not fuck with me. It's my special time. Oh God, I'm doing it for real. I'm really doing it. Reaching for the skies and gouging out the eyes of anyone who dares to interfere.
Look at the bass. I love what they do in this.
Knowing that the time is mine. This is my special moment. Don't question me or disagree. I know that I have earned this. Damn it, I deserve this. Do not fuck with me. It's my special time.
That ending brings it all together for me, Lisa. So, Lisa, there is no two ways about it. All the other bands that you mentioned, from Green Day to Blink, etc., you can hear so much of their influence in their music. And I guess there was that transition where maybe, like you said, this was like, bringing the pop punk elements into it with a little, with the chord changes and the obvious kind of more, I would think that the more darker original punk was more just visceral, gut punching, full driving, 200 beats per minute, darker chords and stuff like that, where melodically they expand with this kind of production, but they still keep an authenticity of punk, especially in their lyrics and their melody, in the speed in which it's written, and the power in which it's played. But what I find fascinating that I just dialed on when I was listening to it, I went, oh man, is the amount of harmony work that's done on the vocals throughout the whole track. Even though it's singular harmony, I'd say 70% of it always had that third or fourth, sometimes fifth, depending what what's happening there, through the whole thing. And then I realized how important that was. Like I listened to that, oh, Green Day does that. Oh, Blink does that. You know what I'm saying? So if this is one of those fundamentally influential, powerfully influential tracks to those bands, it's so easy to see where that launch pad was. Standing on the shoulder of giants, which would have been the Vandals. Yeah, exactly. More melodic, less riffy. That should be the name of a peanut butter jelly sandwich. But I'm actually going to go back and listen to this again a little bit because, Lisa, I did hear, check me if I'm wrong now, I did hear what sounded like they may have held down an octave or a single note EDM-y sequential synthy thing that kind of swept in and out. It had a little bit of a techie thing to it, but it did have a note attached to it, like maybe the tonic or something. But, I did hear it once or twice. It had to be. I mean, it's always possible that, I don't know when this released, but that it was side-chained out, from a guitar through an effect pedal or something. But, either way, happy birthday, Lisa Wolf. Thank you so much. I'm glad you liked the little song, and I'm glad we were able to bring this to you. So, all right. Here we go. Okay, starting the donos. We're making up the donos now. Jerdman. I know he's probably not here. Let's see what the Jerd wants. Jerdman wants us to... Oh. How many of you guys are a fan of that little video game, Halo? This is called Roll Call. The message is, this track is played during the credits. Parts of the track are also played during the cutscenes in a few missions. You'll hear the main Halo theme at the beginning. In the middle of this track, the Undercover of Night theme, originally from the first Halo game, is heard. This theme is what I think of when I think of playing Halo. The memories of getting into fights with this theme playing in the background is such a treat. Getting into fights while this is playing in the background. What, did you have the game playing in the background and you're beating up your friends or something? Or you're saying fights in the game with that music in the background? So, like so many Halo themes, it was brought back and arranged many times in Halo 3 and other Halo games. Thank you, Marty. Marty O'Donnell. You guys remember I did that interview with him? Maybe I should bring him back. I think Marty went into politics for a while, and I don't know what ticket he was running under, but he was ramping off pretty hard for a month, not doing too much. I don't know if he won or not. Maybe we should circle back and bring him into the stream. I think that'd be fun, because I know a guy. All right, let me just shut up. We're doing a roll call here from Halo 3, and yes, I'm a tremendous fan of Marty and Halo. Here we go. Okay, how many of you guys are getting chicken skin right now? Nostalgic. Very unique string arrangements below that take it to the next level. I think his partner Salvatore, Michael Salvatore, programmed most of the percussion. I'm not sure. I've got to ask Marty. I love how the ostinato is probably about 50 milliseconds ahead of the downbeat. That's only natural by virtue of the sample. See, I can see how this is going to be running for a menu. Try something new here. And I don't know why I don't remember this one. Anybody remember where this plays? I love the unique choice of the swimminess in the sound, in the padded string sound that he chose, or they selected. Come on, if any one of you composers didn't do a little bit of that on that chord change, go. How many of you right now are running out to find your Halo game and gonna just play one section of it just because you heard that? What a classic, huh? I recall the first part of this. The other two, I think this was a I think like he had said earlier in his message that there was always kind of other composers utilizing the same melodies as you kind of the trajectory we go to Halo 3, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. That drum pattern in there, yeah, somebody wrote down here that it was like the levee when the levee breaks from Zeppelin. Definitely had that just a little bit more of a purified vibe to it. I love the fact that for myself, sometimes when I hear certain pieces of music and they do things like they'll add something out of, let's just say, something that they typically might be familiar with, whether arranging or mixing. I think a really good example is, was it Steve Vai? Did Steve Vai do something with one of the Halo games? I think it was with Marty as well, if I can remember. But what's unique for me to listen to that is just hearing how a different producer's ears would be mixing things, you know, or getting the best sounds for, you know, in the final mixes. And you can always tell when there's an engineer or producer or something that's used to, let's say, doing country music, but they do a heavy metal thing and they mix it kind of like they only know how to mix country, and it sounds a little very unique and different. But then that adds a very unique little vibe to the sound there. Yeah, he had a guest solo. That's what it was in the second soundtrack. Yeah, that's what it was. Oh, that was a fun listen. I want to play Halo. Halo, Halo. Oh, sorry, that's Lionel Lincoln Train. Lionel, what's his name? Lionel. Why can't I remember his name? Hey, you. Hey, what was the name of that? It was a big hit back in the 80s. Lionel Richie. Allah. Next up is from Doc Doom. Doc Doom wants us to check out a band called Fromjoy. The song is Daedalus or Daedalus. No message, which means it's going to hurt our ears. You guys ready? Let's do this from Doc Doom. He's always bringing in the heat. Here we go. Then again, I could be wrong. I love that sound. That's like an atmosphere vibe. There it is. This is badass, guys. I'm sorry, I'm digging this. For my metalheads out there, are we calling this kind of a electro metalcore, maybe? With that jungle D&B. Industrial metal. I gotta remember that. Thank you. From all of you. I'm really digging this, man. This is so badass, especially this section here. Super musical. Doc Doom, I like your call on the genre as vaporcore.
works of which you cannot imagine shall fall down. It will be a storm, dead, but take heed, destruction. Come, endure, contend, for that alone is the sword of one who defies death.
Okay, obviously it goes into another track. What a great track. And I know it might sound funny to some people when I say it's so musical. And you know, unless you have, you know, the ear for, you know, this gnarly pseudo-industrial metal kind of vibe. They're back and forth between their liquid. It's almost like the track was a 5-speed blender. You know, and if you put it on 5, then it went into the most darkest, heaviest part of the track and got all grinded out and all cored out and stuff like that. Still maintained its blender figure and blender shape, but when you put it on 1, there's still a little edginess to the softer, glassier parts of the ambient pads in the back, but yet the voice still keeping the integrity of the power of that performance. And then all the other blender speeds, 2, 3, and 4 in the middle, was the coming in and out of like the drum of the live drums versus the D&B jungle kind of vibe and stuff like that. But I found it to be really, 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 really super musical. And that's because I just have a soft spot for almost any kind of metal subgenre that has a little bit of use of those long tones in the background, the ambient ethereal tones. Not all of them are pads, excuse me, but you know, sometimes they're guitars, you know, with effects that make it sound like those are long pads in the back. But the blender, in my blender analogy, the whippet was always the guy's voice. So that was the consistent. You know, me and my metaphors. I did a tour this morning of that place that I do my stuff at, and I had like 5 or 6 theater of the mind things that I wish I would remember for this. That's just how I do. I'm on the fly. So that was my blender reaction, if you would, Doc Doom. I really dug this track, and you've been bringing in some really cool stuff, Dudamus. Every time I see your name pop up, I know we're in for some kind of like where is he gonna come from this one? Oh, here we go. Thanks, Doc Doom. Let me see who's next. Kairu Hakubi. Kairu, it's you. Here we go. Let's see what the Kairu want. Kairu would like. This is a band called DemonTomatoDave. Is this a bit? Oh, wait a second. I should read his message here. And the name of the track is Wiggly He. This part of a big project Dave used to do every Christmas in a forum, where he'd make up these celebrity silly Christmas stories and a cappella songs told from the perspective of an excited and barely literate little kid. It only makes a little more sense with context, so don't worry about that. All right, Kairu, he's bringing it into the house here. This is going to be very entertaining. Here we go.
Now the days are running slow. Opportunity is yours. If there's 24 to go, it's time to open doors. The presents are all.
I love the barbershop quartet background.
Is in its place, for 'tis the season to disrupt the flow of time and space. Blasting through the sky in a blaze of sparkly hate. Oh, sweet Jesus, why? It's Mecha Snapper, mate. He's smashing up your house. He will go to any length, and the only way to stop him is to summon up your strength. And oh, wiggle he, smack into his bum. As soon as he's emerging, cast aspersions on his mum. Oh, pull him beard, smack him face, deck his mecha halls. Tell him that the mum will feed and fleeing with us all. Centuries long past, on a merry Christmas day, Snatter born at last, in a stable, in a sleigh, in bid grow magically, with the words that Burgess spoke. Someday he will grow up to be that Father Christmas bloke. But what's that overhead? The dimensions unexplored. A megalith of dread, a festive juggernaut, one giant claw-like hand, and a cannon on one arm, and it's here to blow on Christmas and to cause destructive harm. So wiggle he, smack into his bum. Soon as he's emerging, cast aspersions on his mum. Oh, pull him beard, smack him face, deck his mecha halls. Tell him that the mum of he done pleading with us all. Every Christmas Eve we get trapped in a calendar. Each successive door tells of Claus's early days. Just don't eat the poo that we find in the calendar. Try not to be such a big bummer he made.
Nice vocal arrangement, so. Very much in the pop culture carol sense. Is that Zoe?
Wiggle he, smack into his bum. Soon as he
That was Buzz Lightyear.
cast aspersions on his mum. Oh, pull him beard, smack him face, deck his mecha halls. Tell him that the mum of he done pleading with us all. Overhead, a cold and wet.
People in the back of him are like, what the frick is this guy doing?
Flies, going back to bravely sacrifice his lives. So smack him to his wiggle he, spin him round and round. Reaches out to defenses or something even more profound. Oh, flick his ears, twang his nose, dush him in the face. Use a drastic elastic band and launch him into space. Wiggle he, poke him in the eyes. Kick him where his presents are and all that implies. Oh, wind him up, tell him off, demonstrate your score. Now, he can't touch us anymore. Now Santa Claus is born. Santa Claus is born.
That was really cute, Kairu. Come on, that was very holiday motivating funness. Just kind of borderline Weird Al Yankovic. I almost said it. But it was really super fun. I really dug the. Actually, I don't know if he's the one who did all the background vocals or if he arranged them, but he definitely. I really like the barbershop quartet starred. That vibe of the whole thing. The oompa 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 oompa, you know. So that was, he does it all himself. Great, another one of those super talented people. Really nice track. It put me in the really good vibe. Very Christmassy-ish, considering I spent dollars this morning on all of my grandkids and my kids' Amazon Christmas stuff. It puts me right back in the mood. So now I'm happy, Kairu. Thank you for that nice Christmas song. It got me thinking that I've got to play you guys at some point my Christmas thingy. I did it for you guys last year. I don't know when I'll do it. Maybe right before Christmas. Wiggle ding, wingle ding, wingle dongle ding. Hey, Senjort. Senjort, are you here in the house, Senjort? I don't know if you are. You asked me to also hold off until you were here. He's not here, which means he really wants to be here when I do this. Ah, there he is. Okay, there you go, buddy. You see, if I drink my ginkgo, I remember these things. So he's here, and we're doing your song now. This is a very well-known video game here that we're going to be listening some music from Zenjort. This is from Baldur's Gate 3. Name of the track is I Want to Live. This is the classical version. Don't worry, you haven't done this one yet. There's another version with lyrics, but I think it's better without. Okay, I take your word for it. It's in your playlist. You must love it, and you shall bring your love now into the stream. Here we go. Love the pattern. Very minstrel renaissance, which seems to fit the character establishing environment. Very nice. The emotional pulsing of the dynamics with the volumes and the backs and the pulling backs and forth is very, kind of does like a saltwater taffy pull with your soul. Like the engineering on the string is using like a closed mic setting. There's that little second violin line that I love there. Just a little da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Something in there, I don't know what that was. There's something very unique there that just happened there. I don't know if it was a harmonic. What a beautiful track when it comes to expressing emotions without a lot of real, extravagant changes chordal wise. The key that was picked, I think that sounded like it was in G. But the pattern that was established by the guitar, like I said, had that kind of mystical Renaissance fog in the woods vibe of minstrels, playing and stuff. It established that beautiful pattern. That's a beautiful, beautiful sounding nylon acoustic guitar. And sometimes I'm having a difficult time personally as a composer identifying some live guitar acoustics playing versus some of the new modules that have come out lately that emulate that sound absolutely phenomenal. And I'm not, there's no two ways about it. Borislav Slavov, he's one of the top composers in the world. He has access to live musicians and stuff like that. But sometimes that super clarity it makes me go, wow, is it Memorex? If you know, you're laughing if you are. The other thing I loved about this is how all the arrangements that were coming in and out with the dynamics I was talking about really stayed in the lower register of the instrumentations, of everything that was used, everything that was called to action, stayed in its like lower third and registers and arrangements. So it was a very warm, kind of a soul-pulling kind of vibe. Nothing came at us from above, let's say the middle of the instrument range of whatever instruments that were being used there, from the French horns, the horn sections. There was there was one pass, I think, of a flute. I don't know if it was a flute and maybe an oboe or something that had a couple lines in there. But in general, it was very warm and very, very mystic, that vibe. And I loved it. And of course, like I said, you know, excuse me, Borislav is an absolute legend of a composer. So to sit here and listen to something like that, I just melt. But what makes it really fun is, like I said earlier, is that the chord choices or the choices, the structure of the piece wasn't so moving all around, like a lot of, you know, things. By virtue of staying in that, he had probably a better time doing the arrangements than maybe the core melody, I'm thinking. To me, that's how I felt. Like, oh God, the arrangements I can do here because there's so much space for me to work. I get very goobery about that. Oh, did he win a BAFTA? Oh, fantastic. Well, very well done. Well done. Okay, next up. Gilly117. Is you be here, Gilly? Let me see here. If Gilly's here, it'd be great. Let me see. What does Gilly want here? We are going to be doing something from an OST, a game, Star Citizen Jump Point. And the name of the track is, or that is the name of the track, is Jump Point. The name of the game is Star Citizen. And he's saying, I don't know if this was the conductor or composer, but Pedro Macedo Camacho. And the message is, hey Jeeves, love the videos. Thank you. Wouldn't be doing them unless you loved them. I would love to see you listen to this. Let me try that again. I would love to see you listen to some music from Star Citizen. Jump Point and Bloom are both on YouTube and are excellent to listen to. Thanks again. Oh, thank you, Gilly, for coming in. Remember, everybody, you guys know where to find these VODs a little later. We'll cycle those through the chat right now. In the meantime, here's our next track. All right. Hoping that it gets louder. Perfect transient galactic style music. I know it's a little low, guys, but volume-wise. little bit of a callback to Vangelis as well. Yeah, that sweepy sound right there, those solo notes there, sounds like the CS80, yeah? Also, that very low singular note pad has that same vibe as the CS80. The music definitely pulls you through drift elements, like gliding through space and everything that we're seeing here. It's imaged perfectly to the music, and I'm assuming that these are bits from the game as well. You know, the ostinatos and the strings are so important to this. It's obvious, it may sound obvious, but the constant motion of that ostinato is what's keeping this moving forward, literally and figuratively. Ostinato is a pattern in classical. In the synth world, you know, arpeggiations. I said it as you were typing it. This was nice. It did have that Jan Hammer, Hans Zimmer vibe, but it also had, like I said, a little bit of the Vangelis. I always say that wrong. Is it Vangelis? Vangelis? Chariots of Fire. Though there wasn't a relatable melody, but it had that vibe to it. And I like the emphasis of the older synth vibe behind it. And I thought that was really nice and inviting, and it really put you on the head trip. Vangelis. Thank you. Vangelis. But like I said earlier, what makes this move is the ostinato, the pattern that you heard. It snows in Australia when you brought that up. There is that thing. It's really actually the same thing. It's just defined differently, you know, in the synth world or in the keyboard world or something as an arpeggiation. I mean, arpeggiation is still a term that could be used classically. But the ostinato is what gets the messaging across the way when you're actually describing a pattern that the strings or any kind of repetitive pattern is having there to emphasize motion, you know, which is different than a passage part of an arrangement that might go. That wouldn't be an ostinato per se as much as a passage where the ostinato would be exactly what we just heard was repetitive. Blah, blah, blah. That's as good as I know how to go. I am not that good of a teacher. Next up, Son of a Nothing. What a Son of a Nothing would like. Wants a band called Karmanjakah. Karmanjakah. And the song is Flying. This is a song request. Coming in, this was one of his top songs in 2024 from Son of a Nothing. Hi, Bibblebob. Bibblebob. Do I agree that Bonham is the best drummer? That's a weird word to use as best, because I think the older we get and we experience different drummers, you know, what we define as best is going to be personal. But in my world personally, since I was influenced to play drums with 3 drummers, John Bonham, Neil Peart, and Narada Michael Walden. Those were the most powerful influences to me in my world of drumming. But John Bonham, without a doubt, is probably one of the most powerful, influential drummers ever in my journey. Just where he came at, showed up at that time with that type of playing, with his arrangements. I'd have to say I'm right on top of it if I was to say my top 3 drummers, no two ways about it. Yep. Okay, sorry. Here we go. I derailed, but I like to also enjoy answering stuff like that, because that's what we do here. Okay, here we go. Nice drum pattern. I like that. It's keeping us on our toes. Ooh, I love the bass tone in this. And it sounds live, not synth. Well done. That picking pattern in between the chugginess. Nice build. Pattern going on back there. That arpeggiation. They changed the instrumentation of that pattern. Sounds great. Sounds like a little piano. Here in the background. Very melodic, man. Listen to the ghost notes on the snare. There's always a nice little lush pad in the background. Great arrangements in between the chugginess of the genty riff. And I love they give a little play space for the piano to hold its own. I really enjoyed that track. Matter of fact, I'm saving this one. They obviously... Hang on, let me put this in my browser. I mean, I know I don't have to save it because it's being saved on my Discord. But still yet, thanks to my mods and putting that together. Oops. Did I boo-boo? Nope, there we go. I really loved a lot of the work that was going on behind it, but that drummer was just smoking. And a really fun meter that was being played there as well. And they went in and out and did a little bit of syncopating and breathing in that meter that kind of made me go, wait, no, that's a 5/7, no, 4/3/9, that's a 14/27. I don't know. I love it when I start to get, I'm going, wait, where's the one? I also love the vocals. It did have, there was these little elements of gaziness, as I might say, where obviously the emphasis, a lot of it was on, darker, crunchier, genty style or metalcore-ish style guitar chugs. But there was a lot of glidey arrangements going on in the background. There was that one time where the pattern where I was going, check out that pattern, and they had that arpeggiation assigned to a more brutal, stabby sound, and then they reassigned it to the piano when all the energy dropped down in the dynamics, and it got nice and flowy and stuff. But the one thing that was through and through was the drum and the work, the drum patterns and the kind of playing. So that was at least kept the level and the energy moving without dipping too far down in the dynamics. But that whole vibey, ethereal, ambient thing is something that you guys know by now. I'm automatically going to jump into. Yes, what Amon said right there. This is the Avocado Almond Show, because he comes. I think it can't get it out. He pops it in. We have ESPN. I don't know how that happens, but that's what happens. That was a really fun listen. I really, really enjoyed that, and I'm jumping in and listening to that again on my own time. That's going on my playlist when I'm making my salmon tonight. Yes, I am making salmon tonight. Salomon. I just speak bubbles. Brah, you take my lines. Laganamolus. Loganomolus. I think that's how you say it. We're going to be doing something for Logan. This is some more metal coming at us from a band I think called Deafhaven. Yes, I had a friend of mine just come home from Kodiak Island in Alaska. And he shipped back overnight some salmon he caught 2 days ago. He goes, hey, Jeebs, you want a piece of salmon? I brought it up. I said, yeah, sure, no problem. I'm thinking I'm going to get a piece of salmon. No, he laid down half a frickin' fillet of... I'm like, what? What am I going to do with this? I can cook it for my stream, but they can't taste it. So take a nice little slab for myself tonight, and then I'll cut it up and put it in the Frigidaire. Yeah, no, I'm really lucky. The holidays, all my friends, they scurry off and they do what they do, and they always come back with sustenance. I have a friend of mine that'll come back from Maui and has fresh venison. That's always a fun thing. Not too fond of my friend that comes back from Arizona with snake meat, but hey, tastes like chicken. Okay, next up is Deafhaven. I said that. Okay, this is going to be a bit of a sit, folks. This is about a 10-minute song. Let's enjoy ourselves here. And, you know, with snake, I've eaten snake before. With snake, you know, depends on what you put on it, truly, if you're going to add anything to it, you know. Okay, this is called, the song is called Honeycomb. All right, this was a very nice donation, and so therefore the song is almost 12 minutes. One of my favorite songs from one of my favorite bands. Deafhaven is typically considered a black metal band, but instead of the cold, dreadful feeling black metal usually evokes, their music is like a warm blanket musically and lyrically. To be said about black metal, that's something, especially if you're a big fan of the black metal genre. So I look forward to this. All right, guys, let's do this. Let's see what this is all about. Make yourself comfortable for the next 12 minutes. All right. Drummer's wailing. Great arrangement he's got. It is musical, and I'm digging it. Still powering through the authenticity of black metal, but good ear, Super Yoke. Soundgarden, I was just about to say that, and I didn't know that that would exist as a genre, but like a black gaze. I was going, I wonder, I hope I was going to go, maybe I should say it, but I'll insult the genre people. I didn't know. Thank you for saying that. sounds like the miking of the kick is out and not punched into the actual the drum itself, into the kick itself. Maybe like an SM58 or 57 even. That last chord in that pattern was like the dissonant. Very melodic through here. You know, the drummer's hauling ass. Even the turnarounds that the bass players playing on some of this is very musical. It's not like I'm surprised, but when I hear black metal adjacent, see, listen to this. This is like really unique right here. A little bit of a grunge vibe here. That whole 2 minutes right there, I was just in it. Quite the departure from the first couple of minutes, first like 4 minutes. This is great. I love this right here. You mean there's subgenres of gaze? What do you call it? Dream gaze? Perfect emoji. Come on. What a beautiful little section here. Man, I'm loving this section. But I'm still enjoying the kick engineering on this. In contrast to a lot of the gaziness. Isn't this cool, Jakin? That yellow card, you're right. We're in a completely wonderful vibe of this, but I love how the drummer has a little bit of an adrenaline rush, probably from the first 5 minutes of the track. A little push in the tempo with his fills. Tugging on the vape. All right. I so loved this track in its total composition, from giving us that, you know, hardcore black metal subgenre combo, but really being powerfully, like, I thought I was going to be in it to run like that this whole 10-12 minutes, and how it transitioned into this more metal gazy, black gazy, shoegazy, fugazy, I don't know, fugazi. Whatever that genre in its representation is, that was probably one of the most chill 5-minute listens I've had in a long time, where I just wanted to sink into the vibe, you know, of it. And it was just so levitating. Would that be a good way to put that section? You know, I thought, Logan, this was a great track. And a lot of us really enjoyed it here, you know, for those of us that chimed in and stuff like that. And it also kind of kicks over the hornet's nest of the whole genre conversation and stuff like that. And I learn a lot too. You know, everybody has, you know, their way of representing what a genre is and what exactly this might be. A little of this, pulls from a little of this. All I know is that the last 6 minutes of me, excuse me, gliding with this track was absolutely mind-lifting for me. Not mind-numbing, mind-lifting. Like, that's one of those things where it's like you can listen to that, especially that last half of the song, you can listen to that last half and it can represent so many different kinds of an emotion. Let's say if you're driving by yourself, it could pull you through every single chasm of your brain, it felt like, of joy or sadness or anything. But yet that part, that 4.5 minutes musical, was like seeing for me, and I'm not even high, seeing, I mean, not that I ever am, seeing that part of the song was like always having a silver lining. Like I was driving in a car, and as I'm driving and just chilling, there's a silver lining in the clouds. Even though there's clouds on this side, clouds on that side, that's the vibe that it gave me. You know what I'm saying? To me. To me. And I think Herbie dug it too. I think Herbie was in on it. I want to be a dentist. Yep, he wants to be a dentist. Anyhow, great, Logan. Thank you so much. That was a great track. That's what I'm talking about. Melanchoir Blade, are you here? He dropped in just for a brief moment yesterday. I don't know if he's hovering, but Melchoir, we have your track right here. Let's see what we got here. He knows where he can get it if he's not lurking. So let's go ahead and see what we got here. This is the last of the donos, and then I'm going to do a couple of Wheel of Cheese, and then I'm going to bail. So remember, get your Wheel of Cheese submissions in there. Before I do this, the driver, Dixon, Ryan Solve, Great Gates Sage Sun, Hardcore, Great Sage Sun. I have your donos that you dropped in today. You guys will be in pole position for Friday, okay? Okay, this is composer Sergey. Oh, this is some Prokofiev. That's all I have to say. You know if you know. Being performed by Grigory Sokolov. The name of the track is Sonata 7, Movement 3, Precipatio. You guys ready for this? It's good to see you too, Melchoir. I know we, on streams we get to bump into each other and say, how's it? But just briefly, Prokofiev is actually one of the most influential composers to me, though I've never been able to use his influence in any real pieces of work. I have used his influence in more popular level type stuff, but that whole Prokofiev vibe, actually I did do a narrative book called Santa's Map, and actually kind of based my whole score off of the Peter and the Wolf style of influence that I had gotten from, Prokofiev. Without it, and also, my uncle was heavily influenced by Prokofiev. So, matter of fact, he wrote a demo once called Prokempro, which was like a demo Prokofiev kind of vibe. I don't know, I'm sorry. I go long on my family and historical, nostalgic, boring stuff, so stand by. Here we go. This is Prokofiev's Sonata 7, performed by Grigory Sokolov. Sorry. I'm dying. Here we go. Believe it or not, this would be one of his more tame sonatas. I love the left hand locking in on that complete pattern on the bass line. Boom, boom, boom. It is 7/8. I know. It's great. And he's having an incredibly wonderful time playing it. It's wonderful watching musicians like this pull this. now we're really swimming in the B flat. That was so badass. And he's like walking away going, yeah, I'm going to go get a Snickers bar. He literally, no pun intended, hammered the F out of that. And funny, I was dying laughing when Amon said he owes that Steinway rent, because I was just breathing and inhaling going, that guy just was just wax on, wax off for like 4 minutes and did not miss an ounce of nothing. Tempo-wise and technique and everything that he was into was just mind-numbing. And like I said, because he was one of my principal influences, even though I never had an opportunity to ever really get anywhere near as good to play any of his works, I would always infuse some of the rhythmical patterns and stuff after listening to one, concerto after another. And my uncle was the one that turned me on to it, because it was a huge influence from my uncle. And so, but one thing that I noticed with this piece though, and I say this with the most obnoxious amount of humility and stuff, it's really funny, that track that I did last week, that meandering kind of vibey track that I did, with the surfing video and stuff, just noodling around. There are elements that I recognize from what was being played here, that was some of the stuff that I did, even though it was meandering while I was doing these kind of up and down kind of patterns that were going up, not under this same, type of or quality of performance, because it was a very meandering thing. But I was able to go, oh yeah, that's where I pulled some of that from. Because I recognized some things that he did. I went, oh yeah, that's right. I did a couple of those creepy little weird moves inside that little, vibey thing that I did. So I'm 100% influenced by that. And but this musician was just mind-numbing. And I love how he just got up and he walked away and he went, chee-hoo, I got to get me a Snickers bar. That was fun. All right, let's get some cake. So, I mean cake, real cake, not the new version of what cake means. Real cake, ice cream and cake. Forget it. I hang myself. All right, guys, we are now officially going to venture into a couple of cheesies, and then I'm going to dip out. So let's go ahead on that. Once again, I want to reiterate, I do have Great Sage Son, Ryan Solve, Dixon, and the driver. Your donations did come in. You guys will be in pole position for Friday. Let me see. What did Jeeves, wait on the stream, and you can find in previous songs. Oh, okay. Thank you very much. I saw that. I just saw that. You can do both types of cake. Okay, let's cheese it. Let me make my switchy poo into my wheelie spin. That's yesterday's. Don't get excited. Let's start off with our noobs. If anybody's lurking in the background, you've never done this, go ahead, drop your name on that form that is being passed around right there. Nothing over 7 minutes. Please, you will be denied. Well, not really denied, you'll be redirected, but so let's go. Let me refresh. Let's do some queso nuevo. These are for the new people, just in case. People who haven't had an opportunity to play much, or you're brand new here and you want to just luck it out here. So this is for the new people, the way our very dearly missed mod Double A, who's handling, he's standing on business right now. That's the way he strategized the form. So some people who are newer get a little bit more of a pole position. So let me do that. Whoops. Let me do this here. I just made a mistake. All right, here we go. Look at that. Only 5 people. In the newbie cheesy, if you see yourself here, you have a very good chance of getting Whirlybird. Here we go. It looks like insignificant art. How art thou? Let's see what insignificant art would like us to do. Insignificant art, if you are here, come on in and say hi if you wish. If you're not and you missed this, go ahead and hope you're a part of the YouTube Avocado Show channel. So the name of this track is called No Sir by the band The Booth. Let's do this. All right. I like the artwork.
There's a shadow in the wind, and you let it tell you things.
I like the unique engineering on this. Vocals a little over here.
You plant it in the ground, but you don't make a sound. No,
Did I say boof? I'm sorry. The both.
No, sir. All the helicopters fell. You can feel them on your trail. You can hear it in his voice, but you don't have a choice. No, sir.
I like the subtle little small string section over here.
Work on your story, sir. Are you worried her mood's gonna waver and change?
Nice chord changes there for that.
Don't blame the world or the girl for
I like that.
keeps you estranged.
Boy, that bass is taking up a lot of beefcake in there. That bottom area. Oh, it was a mellotron. I thought it was the strings.
There's a light nobody's seen in a place
There's a little phase shifter on that bass.
And it's fluid, well it turns into steam, you walk through it. Even waiting upstream, you get to it. There's a way and there's no way. You won't make it there alone. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir.
I really love this song. It sunk me back. I just for a second just got lost a little bit just listening to it, enjoying the mix, enjoying the I like the this dichotomy in the sound between the acoustic clean and the voice over here on this side, and they had a little bit more of that washed out 60s guitar kind of vibe going on over here. I thought it was a little string section, but I guess you guys, it was a mellotron that was happening over there. But it definitely, at one point I was going to say had that Radiohead stringy vibe, but then I know that they used the mellotron as well. But this was such a fun, laid back. I'm sorry, I did call it the both, or booth, or something like that. But it's the both is the name of the track. So, what does this say, Mason Gator? Fun fact, anime. So is Amy Mann and Ted Leo? Are they the main members of this project or this band? Oh, and they did a track for the Steven Universe as well. Okay. I like that. What a catch on it. It's called Independent Together. Anyhow, very nice track. More cheese, please. Thank you, Insignificant Arthropod. I appreciate it. Okay, here we go. This is Queso Pobre. Not too bad, guys. People have a chance here. Here we go. Ah, they're only members. Okay, thanks, Mason. Who's in here? Krabby. Oh, it might make it to the blue. Nope. Crab Nebula. Crab 9000. Is UB here in the house? There's Krabby. How are you? Oops, I'm sorry. My. There you go. So you want a band called T Square. And T Square is going to be playing a song called Explorer. This track was written by their bass player, Mitsuro Soto, with an H at the end, Soto. He'd usually only write one song per album, but they always deliver. Oh, good. Okay, bass player, you're going to get one side on the album. That's what you're going to get. And for those of you who remember the old school record company talk, a side on an album actually means a track on the album, not like a B-side. I don't know when that happened or where that happened, but that's what happened. You guys remember, you old ones? Well, those of us who were born in the 1900s, come on in with me. I know you remember. Okay, guys, let's do this. All right. Banging away on that E. We're in E, folks. I think so. We're grooving now, people. The changaling, the chalangalingy guitar. Yeah, but the bass player is holding down the meat and potatoes on this with the drummer for sure. Very, very nostalgic for that early mid '80s jazz fusion movement. You know there's always going to be that smooth breakdown, yeah? I love what the EP's doing in the back. The bass player is still roasting the big one in the back there. I'm not talking about pulling a fatty out of a bong. I'm talking about the banging away. I got a fever. I need more cowbell. True that, Krabby. Yes, very Mario Kart-like. This would have been perfect for a Mario Kart vibe. Yay! Sorry if I yelled and I jump scared you guys. Cranked it. Got to highlight the bass player. There he is right there. Oh, no, job opening. I'm going to give the bass player some love here. There we go. That was his track. They allowed the bass player to go ahead and get one side in on the album. That was a jammin' smoking ass track. Very nostalgic for those of us who were around or alive in this transition of this kind of fusion-y. It is considered a jazz fusion kind of era, but I want to call it a little bit more of it has a pop line through it. Some very unique, fun chord changes they're going there. But that's this era in of itself, especially nostalgic for all of us who were been around at that time, are the kinds of sounds that they're using. That old Akai or DX7 EP, or some of the more quote unquote advanced synthy modulated or emulated sounds of the electric piano and certain things. So, smoking track, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I mean. Let's hear it for the Cassiopeia vibes. Okay, 2 more coming up. I'm going to do 1 more Queso Nuevo and then 1 more Queso Pobre, then I'm dipping. Look what time it is. Yeah, perfect. All right, for the Queso Nuevos. Here we go. Queso Nuevo, how are you? Oh, let's go. Look at that, just 4 people. You guys got to be good, feeling good about your chances here. Are you ready? Here goes we. Oh, look at that, creeping into the 11 there. So, Lisan's Muse. You've been, I think, Lisan's Muse has been chipping in and out. There, is he here? Is he here? Is he here? Maybe he left already. Doesn't matter, he win. So let's see what Lisan's Muse would like. I know, I think they just left. They're going to be so bummed. Oh, well, that's okay. You know us. You just got to come back to the YouTube channel and find it. Let me see. Let's see. All right. Wants a band called, oops, Fergus Jones featuring Hiruko S and James K. The name of the song is Heima. And the message just came across as James K this year and have really loved her voice and music. Hopefully you dig the vibe as well. Thank you so much. Let's go. All right. Giving me frou-frou vibes. That homogeneous heap kind of thing. Everything but the girl vibes too. That's right. That would be oh my god, what's her name? I'm embarrassed. Does have so everything but the girl vibes. What's the name of that artist again? That young girl. Tracy Thorn, right? Super seductive. Production-wise, though, it's so frou-frou. Minimal, but yet moving, you know what I mean? Yeah, that garagey dubstep coming from the bass. Yeah, there's a little bit of that Sade-ish and also in the vocal performance. Hear the sequence patterns almost like in triplets. Oh man, it's over. Bummer. I was in it. I was really digging into it. Very minimalistic, yes. Very much laid back and chill, but very much a full-on delivery and vibes. That was a really nice rinse. It's one of those kind of things like, I don't know, I've been talking about gummies too much, but like to just sit there and and let it kind of come on listening to a track like this, definitely put you in like this full like zone. I would put this on loop. I'm so excited that I found, I didn't know this because I'm a noob, but I didn't realize that if you right click on the YouTube screen, it gives you other options, and one of them is loop. I had no idea. I used to go, oh God, I want to start that, I want that, play that again. Now, they have that loop thing. And this would be definitely a loopable thing for me, especially that low end bass. That's very seductive. That's kind of that, you know, nice, laid back, little saturated, kind of pulls you in. But there was something that felt like in the background, it had a little bit of a triplet vibe. Boom, 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 maybe a little bit of a pulsing or something like that. So, yep. Yeah, Skippy, it's a trip, man. I just learned it myself. Somebody who heard that original little thing, that little piano thingy that I played, somebody had emailed me, says, oh, I just love this, man. I have it on loop on YouTube. And I go, how do you do that? He goes, oh, yeah, just right-click on it. Look, it'll pop up. I'm like, no, so cool. All right, the last track of the session, my friends. This is Queso Pobre. This is so I can slide in by my 4 o'clock hard drop, because I got to get on with a couple tings. Did Rotten Soundgarden make a joke? They picked up the wrong time to quit. Oh, sniffing glue. Yes. What do you make out of this? Well, I can make a brooch. I can make a palace. I can make a thing. I'm sorry. I so digress, because that's what I do on the stream, right? Oh, gaff. Okay. Here we go. This is the last wheel of cheese. And we are doing Queso Pobre, the big spin. Here we go. Let's see how many we got there. This is doable. And we have some of our usual suspects I haven't even said hi to, like Dahl and Robo Gorbachev. And let's see, Gecko's in there. Amon, Jake. Oh, let's see. I'm looking at the wheel here really quick. Cycloid's in there, and all my buddies. Okay, guys, here we go. Hold your breath. Here we go. Boing. Hey. There we go. Thought it froze on me for a second. Who will it be? Oh, chicken. Ah. Ivy Creep is the winner. Ha ha ha. Hoo-ha ha. Hoo-ha. Okay, let's see what, I know, Jakin, you were right there. Okay, let's see what Ivy Creep would like. Ivy Creep, one of our many usual suspects hanging out here. Ivy Creek would like from us on our very last listen of the day. Oi, I don't know if I'm going to be, you know I'm going to butcher this name. Or maybe not, I might get kind of lucky. This one is Schmoyoho, Schmoyoho, and this is Get Back Up. It's a Minecraft song. Huh. How cool is that? So I guess maybe this is a cover. I'm not sure. And this song from musical quartet Schmoyoho, also known as the Grigory Brothers. I wish we would have said that instead of me going. Known for their auto-tuning artistry, i.e. their It's Corn song. It became a major TikTok trend in 2022. This one features YouTuber JackSepticEye. Wow, his eye must be infected by now. From his series of video playlist Minecraft. Oof. All right, this is a good way to do the final how do you do here for the stream. Let's see what this is all about. All right.
Every single time.
Very clever. Nice production.
I'm gonna get back up. Keep living my best life. Oh, that's my secret. Oh, you don't have to keep.
Nice melody. It's a good fun hook.
Oh, can you believe
A nice little bass sequence.
For every step is one step closer to death.
Good choice in tone.
Thought I was prepared, but I'm still unprepared. I'm scared. That's bad news bears right there. You know what? It's fine. I'm not gonna die. Don't taste Jack if you don't want to get clapped back. I know that. If you don't want to get clapped back, you will die. By
Nice
my
lyrics.
back, you will find life is
Even for an old
pain.
fart, I
I
understand.
never back down from a fight. I'm a big boy now. I don't fear you anymore. Nighttime. I don't fear the crafting of minds. All the idiots die. Guys, I died. You can keep knocking me down and keep fighting me. Well, I'm gonna get back up. I'm gonna rise like the phoenix every single time. Even if I tried and lost it all, I'm gonna get back up.
Oh, now I'm nostalgic to want to play again.
Oh, that's my secret.
Ooh, Ender Bottle.
You don't have to keep it, baby. Oh, can you believe it? Oh, it's easy once you see it, baby. I see you, creeper. I see you, creeper. What do you want from me? You stay out of here, Bert. Think you can creep on me? Think again, squarehead. We have big
Clever, man, with the
brain.
lyrics and everything.
Oh yeah! Oh no! I'm dead. Keep knocking me down and keep fighting me. But I'm gonna get back up. I'm gonna rise like the phoenix every single time. Even if I tried and lost it all, I'm gonna get back up. Keep living my best life. Oh, that's my secret. Oh, you don't have
There's
to
some very
keep
nice
it,
high arrangements with like a bell type sound in the back.
Can you believe it? Oh, it's easy once you see it, baby. Why do people allow me to have nice things? All I do is ruin them.
Over here you can stream the track, and all the other ones we Schmoyoho.
You know what? I really enjoyed this. I thought that was fantastic. This is just another example of like an incredibly talented musician, loves to play games, obviously, and a very unique approach in writing this track. Without a doubt, I'm sure as a musician and composer, he can go 6 different ways a Sunday, so many different styles. But the choices of tones and the sounds, and the gitchiness of the production. But he didn't chintz out on musicality. That's what I love about the track. Very melodic, very hooky. You know, it's not like, oh, he's using auto-tune. Oh, no, it does. None of that vibes me whatsoever, because it goes with the context of what the song is written about, playing Minecraft and everything that's going on there. I thought it was excellent. I thought it was excellent. I would be, well, maybe could this have been possibly a part of a DLC? What do you call it? DLC? I mean, this has that worthiness to it. But hey, look, it's done great on its own. If this is his own piece of work, 5.7 million views in 5 years, that's monster. You know. But once again, listening to it from a songwriting perspective, that was unlocking some new levels for me as far as hearing a composer and a musician who obviously has that skill set and wrote a piece of music that still had musical worthiness to it in song structure, but have fun with it, you know. But apparently he's very well known for other things. I'm just looking at his. It looks like oh my God, he's got like 30 million. Oh jeez, this guy is humongous, and well, deservedly so. I'm assuming that lots of his content is maybe music that he's written and stuff, but I'm stoked that he's successful as he is. So, well done. I thought it was fantastic, and I was very entertained, and it made me nostalgic to want to jump back into my server with the gang, with Skippy and everybody. But I'm going to in a couple weeks, right? We're doing that big battle, and I think Skippy's going to hold my hand and drag me through some pretty gnarly areas and try to keep me alive. So that ought to be fun.